The United States has seen its first death from bird flu, and this comes at the heels of the rapid spread amongst the avian population worldwide, now amongst cattle and domestic pets. How worried should you be about it? Hi, I'm your favorite dysfunctional scientist, and we will talk about it. It's hard to know exactly how lethal it would be in people, as the 66 people who were infected received pretty top-of-the-line medical care. I've seen estimates saying 50 to 60%, although I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, 66 people in the US did get it, and only one lost their life so far. However, you should be concerned. When a virus infects a new host, there's a little bit of a lag period before it becomes more lethal. That's because it's not adapted to its new host. In that new host, it will start to experience rapid mutations, and that's where the real problems start. That H and N in flu viruses is actually referring to proteins on its surface. There's a few scenarios in which it can rapidly change those structures, and that's in a new host if the new host is also infected with a virus. In the case of H5N1, because it's infecting multiple different kinds of hosts, it now has the opportunity to split off into several different strains. This is not good. One of the worst pandemics in recent memory was Spanish flu in 1918. I have a particular interest in this because my maternal great-grandmother lost 8 of her children and her husband to the Spanish flu. She then married one of the doctors who was looking after him and had one more kid, and eventually I was made. Either way, I've been told about this from childhood. Watch out, there's going to be another one. Now there is a serious problem with it infecting birds quite so lethally and so prolifically. You see, in the late 1950s and early 1960s, China went to war with the birds. They also went to war with flies and mosquitoes and rats, but they were particularly good at going to war with the birds. The result of this campaign was somewhere between 30 and 75 million people starving to death. Yes, that's right, we need birds. Birds eat insects, and they help keep things like locusts in check. With something that is spreading worldwide, and even in Antarctica, we have a real probability of seeing a serious worldwide famine as a result. We're already missing 1 in 4 birds by total numbers. Since 1970, birds were already hit pretty hard by human activity. But back to bird flu in humans. People can get it from bovine and poultry and cats, and there is a poultry vaccine, but it's not as widely used as I would like to see it used. One way people can get it is by giving your cat raw pet food and raw milk. Yes, both of those things have happened. Please cook your food and pasteurize your milk. That is, unless you want tuberculosis, salmonella, E. coli, campylobacter, I could go on. And avian flu. The CDC has reported that they are monitoring people who may have been infected, and hopefully we can have a little bit of a better response than we did to COVID. That is, if someone has been exposed to it, maybe they'll have access to a test, and then maybe they can get antivirals to help fight it off. I'm not real hopeful, to be honest, about our government's response, nor people's response. I just know the second this thing starts rapidly going human to human, people are going to go to the store and buy all the toilet paper. Why do you need all that toilet paper? I have many questions. There is a vaccine in development, and given that we've already developed a vaccine for birds, that is kind of hopeful. However, one of the big issues with that is, again, the rapid mutation. Once it jumps hosts, that vaccine may not be very effective any longer. One thing you can do is get your flu vaccine. While it may not protect you from H5N1 directly, it will protect you indirectly. Not only will it prevent the nightmare scenario of having 2 flu viruses combine into something new, it will also prime your immune system to fight off other illnesses. I hate it as much as the next guy, but you do sometimes have to be exposed to pathogens in order to fight new ones off, because otherwise your immune system gets kind of lazy. Fortunately, vaccines are an option. Does anyone else have a sudden desire to play Plague Inc? As for how worried you should be, just wait and see. I'm very worried, and if there's changes, you'll hear it from me.
Are eukaryotic cells more complex than the tiny prokaryotes swarming in the culture?